All the hits, Q97.1's, Danny Salas, afternoon drive from Orlando, Florida. Baby, you're doing it coast to coast, the site of Wrestlemania. This Sunday, WWE Network is going down. I told you all afternoon I was having some special guests live up in the building. Right now, you hear one of the voices of WWE Monday Night Raw. I'm here with Corey Graves. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. I got to be honest. After hearing that intro, I'm a little bit intimidated.
That's what I do, man.
You got your pipes ready, man. You're firing on all cylinders.
That's what they pay me to do, man. That's what they pay me to do, man. So, WrestleMania weekend, man, Orlando, Florida. How freaking crazy is this right now?
WrestleMania is insane. I remember the first one that I got to be a part of as a part of WWE was when we were in New York. I think it was 29.
Yep.
And I remember just rolling into town in New York City.
Yeah.
And there's just WrestleMania signs on the bus stations, on everything. And it was like, that was when I first realized the magnitude of what this place was capable of. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Heck yeah, man. Well, same thing when I flew into the airport. First thing I saw was that when I walked off the plane was a big old banner for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Dude, literally the first thing that I saw when I walked off.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, this whole city is WWE-fied right now, man.
WWE does it big. And WrestleMania, I mean, from start to finish. We came actually straight from SmackDown on Tuesday night. We actually drove from Richmond, Virginia.
Son of a gun. What's that drive?
10 hours. Yeah, which we didn't have to. It was just Michael Cole decided he wanted to be a cowboy, so we figured it out and we did it.
Dude, that's crazy.
And but we got in Wednesday morning, and it's just go all the way up until next Wednesday.
So you're on fumes right now.
I did all right last night. My wife got into town, and we went to dinner, and I shut it down relatively early because I knew I had to be up at 4. So. And then tonight we got Hall of Fame and everything like that.
There it is.
So
it's going to be a big weekend, man.
It absolutely is.
Well, before we talk about the action that's going down this Sunday on the WWE Network, not even just this Sunday, and it got everything going on, like you said, the Hall of Fame tonight, you got NXT Takeover. I want to talk a little bit about Corey Graves, man, because you have a really, really interesting career. And me as a radio dude, I'm a big fan of what you do now. But a lot of WWE fans knew Corey Graves first from your time in the ring, NXT. And we've seen the WWE 24/7 special they did on Corey Graves, and man, your transition from where you are now on the announce team on Monday Night Raw from where you were, it's kind of heartbreaking, man.
Oh man, it sucks. I mean, that was never the plan. You know, I basically had my dream die in front of me, but due to an opportunity that I was provided just to try, and there was no guarantee I was going to succeed. And I just refused to fail, man. I got a family to take care of, and this is the only business I've ever wanted to be a part of in my life. And who knows, like I'm not much for believing in fate or things happening for a reason, but in a weird way, I think this is kind of like a blessing in disguise because it turns out maybe I was born to do this on this side of the microphone than taking bumps in the ring. So
yeah, man. Well, I mean, and I don't know how much stock you take into, I don't know, social media. I know people like to talk trash. But
I take the nice ones into consideration.
Right? You're absolutely right. I am great. Absolutely right. But for real, I think for the most part, and not just because you're sitting in front of me, not just blowing smoke, for the most part, I think Corey Graves has been a fan favorite behind the announce desk, man.
Well, I appreciate that, and I get a generally really cool response. Everyone's really awesome, and I love it. I think it's why it works so well. I've been a fan of WWE for 33 years. I mean, as long as I can remember, watching television, I watched wrestling. So it's easy for me to tell these stories because I believe them, and these are my guys in the ring. I know these guys, and I love to tell their stories now, and it's just fun.
And I think people get that, man. I think that's why it works. I think people can see through the BS or listen through the BS. Right. I mean, if you're kind of just playing a part as opposed to really believing in what you're watching, dude. And you could tell a fan from a non-fan. Yeah. Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
You can spot it. So I got to say too, on a personal tip, we hear your voice. Once in a while, they'll cut to you, and we'll see your face on TV. As a man with a great head of hair like myself, I just got to say, your head of hair is probably one of the best on WWE television right now.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm glad it doesn't disappoint here this close. It's different when you see it on TV.
Up close and personal looks good, man.
I appreciate it. I just got it freshly taken care of.
What do you do? What do you use?
Got to be glued.
Attaboy.
This stuff will stand up to a hurricane. I had it tested. They had one of those machines when I lived down in Tampa. So
I dig it.
It's hurricane proof.
I dig it. Well, let me talk to you about what's happening this weekend.
Yes.
Let's talk about WrestleMania, brother. So you, not even as a member of the announce team, just as a fan, man, watching WWE WrestleMania this Sunday, what are some of the matches you're most looking forward to?
Oh, man, I got to say off the top of my head, Seth Rollins and Triple H.
All right.
Seth is one of my best friends in the world, and I'm a fan of what he does, first and foremost. And Triple H, he's my boss, but also, he's one of the greatest of all time. That's undeniable. And I think the two of them are really going to create something special. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm excited for Taker and Roman. It's Taker at WrestleMania, and think what you will about Roman Reigns. He's one of the best dudes in the business right now. You don't have to like him. The guy puts on unbelievable matches. And against The Undertaker, that crowd is going to be rocking. That building is going to be rocking. I'm stoked for that one.
All right, well, since you brought it up, man, I got to ask you, unbiased opinion, man, really, what is the Roman hate all about, dude? I mean, I will say just, again, from an unbiased standpoint, dude can go in the ring. Dude has a great style. Great head of hair, speaking of.
Fantastic hair.
Right?
Like it should be in a shampoo commercial.
What's up with the booze, man? What do you think it is?
I think it's the hip thing to do. And I think that what you really need to pay attention to, and now that I'm going to say this, you're going to see it every time.
Let's go.
When Roman Reigns comes out, it rains down boos. People were, boo, we forget. Yeah. By the end of the match, without fail, everyone in that arena is on their feet. And you will listen, even when Roman wins, you'll hear spear, 1, 2, 3, ah! Boo. It's like it takes them a second because they get caught up in it and they realize,
and they're
wow,
like, oh,
this
I have
is magic.
to boo.
Yeah, hey, wait, remember this is that guy I don't like.
Feel you.
And it's fine. If you pay money, you can boo who you want, you can cheer who you want, do whatever you want to do as long as your butt's in the seat, as long as you're watching WWE Network. We don't care what you do. You know what I mean? Have fun. It's entertainment. It's something for everybody.
Right. But I'm not going to lie, dude. When I'm watching on TV, I feel bad for Roman Reigns, the dude. Honestly,
to that, Roman's a really good friend of mine.
All right.
To that point, don't feel bad because
cool.
all that dude is just worried about handling his business, which he does, and getting paid, taking care of his family, and having a great time, which he does all of the above. So
cashing those checks.
You boo him out of the building. All you want, as long as his paycheck's full, everything's okay.
There it is. Corey Graves live at WWE WrestleMania this weekend. Do we know how the announce team's going to work too?
We're not sure. I think there's going to be some sort of. Everything's going to be switching around. It's probably going to be similar to Royal Rumble. I don't have the details of who's doing what yet, but
I feel you.
But I'll be there at some point.
There it is. Oh, real quick, I know we got limited time, but I definitely, especially when I'm talking to people behind the mic, man, because again, what I do as a WWE fan, man, coming up, some of the greatest announced teams in your opinion, man. Who do you think really set the bar, set the standard?
Gorilla and Heenan, Gorilla and Ventura.
Yes.
Vince and Jesse was fun. I mean, those definitely were the ones that I remember like being the soundtrack to my days. JR, even Cole, man. Cole, you got to realize Cole's been around for 20-something years.
He's an OG, man.
Yeah, he's called everything there is today. I'm watching, the weeks leading up to Mania, I have a tendency to get on WWE Network, and I'll start watching old WrestleManias, just kind of get myself hyped up and refresh my history and everything like that. And I'm watching, these WrestleMania, I think 14, I think it was, and Cole's voice is on there, and I'm like, that was 30 freaking years ago.
Dude, right? Really, I remember when like Michael Cole was first introduced on TV and he was being pushed around by DX and back in the day when like who is this dude? And he's the OG now, man. He's the vet.
It's really cool. And I'm a big fan of him and JBL. It's all about the chemistry.
There it is.
Cole and JBL are really close friends, and it comes through. You feel like you're watching WWE with your buddies at the bar or whatever, having a back and forth. I always try to develop that with Tom Phillips. I love working with Phillips above all. But yeah, definitely, if I had my druthers, man, I'd listen to Bobby Heenan and Gorilla all day.
All day long,
Let Bobby go, and will you stop?
Will you stop? Yep. Corey Graves live at WrestleMania this Sunday, WWE Network. But please believe you can catch NXT Takeover. Check out the Hall of Fame tonight. WWE Network. Last words for Fresno, man. What do you got?
Don't miss the biggest event in live entertainment, the ultimate thrill ride, WrestleMania, live from the Orlando Citrus Bowl. WWENetwork.com. Sign up now if you're a new subscriber. WrestleMania is included in your 30-day free trial, so get on it.
Corey Graves hitting all the copy points. It's Q97.1.
That's why you let me do this stuff, man.